Good evening. I guess for a topic this evening, I'm going to talk a little bit about going the second mile or the importance of the first mile. I'm not sure yet the best title for it, but Matthew 5:41 is the verse I'm going to draw my thoughts from. Matthew 5:41, and whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. What comes to your mind when you think about going the second mile? Time that it takes.
Usually unexpected.
It's hard to go the first one, let alone the second one. That's not the right word, that's what comes to mind.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine in that setting, the first one was not easy because they were doing it for the Romans, which were not considered their friends.
Yeah, one thing that came to my mind too. So as far as the second mile, so they were already going 2 miles, so 1 mile out and 1 mile back. So if you're actually doing another another mile, that was 4 miles. So that definitely added up. I guess another question I have: what are ways to go the second mile? They make it practical for us.
Well, one is, if you were on to have the topic tonight, we can offer that one next time as well.
I guess we'll see how tonight goes and then see if you want me on for the next one. I think just a simple one that I had come up with was everyday life. If we're asked to clear off the table, help with the dishes too. Like that'd be a simple one.
What was mentioned is we're not friends. So in this context, it's nothing pleasant. So there's sacrifice involved, humility, with going the second mile. Do the unexpected. So I was wondering, as we think about that, is Jesus saying this for our benefit or for the benefit of the ones we're going the second mile for? So why was Jesus telling them to do this? Was it for that Roman soldier's benefit, or was it for the believer?
Yes. I would like to think it was both of them. I've never had it that I know of that I did go and do extra things for somebody that I regretted that I know of. And I keep track of the catalog somewhere, now this time, if that ever comes up again, I ain't doing this again.
Yeah.
But it does, there's a blessing in doing things for others. And I'm not trying to boast about this. Last Friday, I was here blowing leaves for the church, at the church here, and these Amish were down there raking with a rake down there, and I haven't seen a year like it was this year that they're out like they were. I mean, as far as the amount of leaves. And so I decided, now I didn't know how they're going to handle Amish being they are. You know, sometimes some things they do, they're allowed to have somebody else come do it. So I went down their section down there and started blowing some leaves, and after I got out of there, and I started going down the drive down there, and he come out there and wondered what he could pay or whatever. I said, just tell me thank you. Then once I knew that he was thankful, I said, I'll do some more. When I knew his attitude, you know, it's okay for me to do it, then I'll do more. And I felt blessed by helping him out. Now granted, I was doing it the easy way. I could sit on the tractor, whereas they were there with a rake, and they would have been there for I don't know how long raking because the amount of leaves it was. Yeah, it took my time, but there's blessings in doing things, not always getting paid for it. I'm not trying to boast about it, that's just one example of going the extra mile. And I see tonight there's a bunch more out there.
Harold, when you're walking the second mile up that node, picking up the rake and walking right there to the side instead of getting the vent track?
No, I was being a good steward to get it done quickly because I have to get home and be with my wife. No. There are some conveniences God has allowed us to use, and if we don't want to use it, that's up to us. Now, the youth were probably using rakes, that's fine. That's the way they can have fellowship with one another. When a tractor's running, it's kind of hard to keep communication there.
I mean, they had a lot of leaf blowers and stuff, so,
So they were doing the lazy way.
yeah.
So how literally are we taking this? Do we take our measuring wheel along with us? Do we count paces? What if they were only going 1.5 miles? No, I have to go with you a full 2 miles. Could it be that the primary aim is our attitude, our motives, and our willingness?
What about if someone requires something ridiculous of us, or something that something unfair? Someone's taking advantage of us. I would see it would be more difficult to go the second mile down.
Do you have an instance that you're thinking of, or just I guess, well, one of my questions is the first or second mile harder? So I think if you're doing it for the right reason, the first mile is going to be hard, but the second mile should be easier. And a thought I had with that, it's easier to enjoy the things we want to do rather than what we have to do. So if we have to do the first mile, but we want to do the second mile, it should be easier. Should be.
There's a customer who owes me some money right now. Sent the amount so she knows. And I'm not sure if I'll see it or not. But at least we clean up there at least one more time.
Yeah, I would definitely say, as far as who's getting a blessing, you're both getting a blessing, and also anybody who sees it happen too, it will be challenged or yeah, blessed to see some good deed done. Another question I had, what are some blessings of going the second mile?
Becoming a little more like Christ.
There's a peace with knowing you did the right thing.
Well, if it's anything like walking a mile in somebody else's shoes, it's getting to understand that
I would definitely say the more we do it, the easier it should become. And yeah, it was kind of mentioned, but Christ's love will be shown to others. Our faith will be strengthened.
So does this mean that you do it even if people are taking advantage of you? Perhaps they know what this verse says too.
You could maybe do it once, but maybe not twice.
Where do you read that?
I would say that's the point. So I was thinking, let's say you're a mechanic and you're trying to repair someone's vehicle and something goes wrong, it's not your fault, but the customer is contrary and you go ahead and fix it and maybe you find something else and fix that too while you're at it. Does that make sense? As we're talking here, I'm hoping we all live this and don't keep track of the second mile. Like we're almost it's almost difficult to come up with scenarios because I hope we're not keeping track.
Then observe that God's commands are God's enablements. People try to steal from God, they'll find what they can exhaust His resources.
Yeah, a quote I'd seen says, "The second mile is a secret to success in life." And then kind of right along with that, I just wrote down, going 1 mile will get you through life, but going the second mile will make life worth living. I think if we're, do what we have to and go above and beyond, it would definitely be a blessing to us and make life more worthwhile. Can we just think of a couple Bible characters who went the second mile? And maybe if you give their name, maybe say how they went the second mile.
Well, I think of Gideon. He had a ready fought for the children of Israel, and in essence, he's got, I'm not sure what he's eating with anymore. It's like, you give me this mountain, I'm going to go do this, take care of these guys. Put my own words. He wasn't just going to, hey, I've done my job and that's it. Or just take the easy road out. He went there and fought for so he could come.
As overseer fear of the prison in Egypt. He was fulfilling his responsibilities toward the other prisoners, taking time to be concerned about them and inquire.
Probably the first one that came to my mind was the story of Boaz and Ruth. I feel like he definitely went the second mile to make sure Ruth had what she needed.
Ruth lived as well. She not only took care of Naomi while she was, yeah, she was willing to leave her in evil. She said her.
How about the four friends that carried the man Jesus and he'll go in the roof and left him down? Maybe the first mile was getting him to the house, maybe the second mile was letting him down to the roof. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say they definitely went above and beyond what they needed to do. Another one would be Daniel in the lion's den. Yeah, he prayed and believed in God, and yeah, didn't get even with the ones that threw him in.
Good Samaritan was another one. Took of his own resources.
The church at Philippi, poverty stricken, sending as much as they could get together to Paul multiple times.
All in prison and saved the prisoner physically and then spiritually.
Yep. These are all good ones. Does anybody know who was the greatest example of going the second mile?
That would have to be Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah. I think the first mile he came and walked among many people. And probably the one I'm thinking of as far as the second mile is when he went to the cross for our sins. Definitely above and beyond what he had to do.
How about Abraham with Lot? And I'm also thinking of Isaac. He went into that valley and opened up the wells. The community of people came and chased him away. He went and opened another one and chased him away again.
How many times do we, even if we go the second mile, how many times do we do just enough to get by? What's our attitude as far as doing it? Kind of some more thoughts I had kind of on the second mile in the Sermon on the Mount here, verses 21 and 22. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment, and whosoever shall say to his brother, Reka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Kind of the thought I'm getting from here is the first mile would be to not kill. And then I think the second mile would be to, not be angry, not hold grudges. And then verses 27 and 28, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Then here, don't just avoid adultery, but guard against lust that leads to it. And then the last one I have is 38 to 42. Ye have heard that it hath been said, An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on that right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away. Verse 38 there, they would have, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But he's saying, don't repay evil for evil, but turn the other cheek and do good to them. Verse 42, give him that asked thee, and turn him that would borrow of thee, turn thou not away. Make sure their needs are met, and go above and beyond. Is there any other thoughts that somebody had thought of?
Recently, my wife was at a business place, I think it's Walmart or someplace. Supposedly, I don't know how much truth there is to the whole thing, but there was a family there that had definitely needs there. They wanted money to buy Pampers and all that. Supposedly, they lived in their vehicle and all that. Well, she gave them some money for that there. Well, that's not going to be enough. And they need clothes too. It was like, you just read that verse, don't turn away. I mean, at what point do you stop? Where is the convenient stopping point where you say keep on giving? Well, I think there's people out there that possibly are going to take advantage. Some of you might disagree, but there comes a point in time, we're not the only ones that help these people as well. Mm-hmm. And we've probably heard it said already, don't just give them money. In other words, you get, whether like need gas, have them get gas so they don't use it for something they should not be using it for. When do you stop? Or you have things come in the mail, and they might be legit. You empty your bank account, and you say, well, we're supposed to be good stewards. What's God's money anyhow, so where do you stop?
I'm not sure where the line would be on that. I've definitely helped the same person twice to get gas. At the time, I didn't think about it until, the second time they came up to me, they wanted gas. The gas station was just across the street, so I was like, sure, I'll get you gas. And they walked over to their vehicle, and I was like, I recognize that vehicle. And their story was the exact same story that they told me before as I was pumping the gas. And it was kind of interesting. It's like, if they ask me again, do I help them again, or?
No, we need wisdom. Sometimes putting gas in the car may not be the help that they need. They may need a friendship and a mentor and more help.
All right, I think that's all I have. I had wrote down, remember to look for ways to go the second mile in the coming weeks, but after I wrote that down, I was like, I don't think we have to look for ways. I think ways to go the second mile find us. And it's kind of, I think like you had mentioned, a part of our daily lives. It's kind of hard to keep track of them all.